So, since this is a new year that we're in here, it's a good time, I think, to talk about a popular tradition of ringing in the new year by setting New Year's resolutions, which is our goal of doing something different than what we've been doing. And it's an interesting tradition because a big part of the tradition is the idea that we will most likely fail in whatever resolution we set. It's a joke almost when we talk about New Year's resolution. What resolution should I break this year? And I think a big part of this comes from the myth of the clean slate, that when we are setting our resolution to do something different, we act as though everything that's already happened is no longer of consequence. It's not there, it doesn't matter. And the reality is that we are living always in the effects of previous causes. We are living in the consequences of previous actions. Those don't stop when the year changes over any more than a river starts or stops when it reaches a country border. Okay? The water that enters this country didn't just start at the border, it started farther back. Okay? And it doesn't just stop when it reaches the edge of one country and moves into the next. So it is with the river of cause and effect. It doesn't start or stop with a calendar day or a moment in time. It is an ongoing eternal process. Okay? And this is karma, cause and effect, action and consequence. One of the most important things I think to understand about karma is that it is about explanation, not judgment. When we seek to understand karma, we're seeking to understand our current circumstances, not to judge why they should have happened this way or deserved to happen differently, but simply to understand what has happened. Okay? And if we proceed without that understanding, okay, if we are simply setting our intentions without recognizing our circumstances, our intentions may not do much good, okay, if we're ignoring the situation that we're in. Okay, so a big part of our practice, our meditation practice, our wisdom practice, is to wake up and see the effects, the consequences that we're living in, so that we understand how we can proceed, so that as we set intentions to do something, either to continue doing something the same way or to do something differently, that the intention is realistic and will work according to the circumstances we're in. Okay? If we if we focus just on intention without paying attention to our circumstances, it's like sailing a boat down this big broad river of cause and effect and setting the intention that I will not sink, but not fixing the hole in the boat from the rock we hit a mile back. No matter how good our intention is, if we don't fix that hole, if we don't recognize our present circumstances, the boat's going to start sinking. Okay? So our intentions, as I'm sure we've all heard, the common expression that intentions or the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Intentions are not a guarantee of result. Intentions are a strong influence on result. What we do by setting our intention is we set course for our boat. We take stock of our circumstances. We repair what needs to be repaired. We deal with the current effects of previous causes, and we move from there. And we do it not every January 1st. Okay? We do it every moment. Every moment is a chance to start again. Starting again doesn't mean that we're starting from scratch and that nothing has happened till now. It just means that every moment we have a new opportunity to set a new intention, to wake up, to recognize our circumstances and set more appropriate intentions to our current circumstances. And so, with that in mind, today I would like to read the repentance verse, and this is very commonly practiced at the end of services, and especially at services marking New Year's and so forth. And this one is from the Mount Adams Chant book. There are variations on this. It talks about ancient twisted karma, and what I would like to put into our thoughts is this idea of good and bad, ancient, twisted, or positive. These are judgments that we're applying. Again, karma is just an explanation of what's happened. We layer on top of that whether it caused or reduced suffering, whether it was good or bad. We layer on top of that intention to do the same or to do different. So when we talk about our ancient twisted karma, what we're talking about is recognizing the consequences of anything that caused suffering that has happened before, as well as anything that is reduced suffering that has happened before. Okay? And to fully be aware, to avow that, to recognize it, to admit it, and to be aware so that we can move forward more awake rather than stumbling through life with our eyes closed and setting intentions without seeing where we're going. So I'll recite the repentance verse. All my ancient twisted karma, from beginningless greed, hatred, and delusion, born through my body, speech, and mind, I now fully avow. May this merit pervade all existence. May we and all beings achieve liberation, veneration to all awakened ones of past, present, and future, the world-honored one, great bodhisattvas, great heart of wisdom. May we all, in this moment and each moment to come, wake up, fully see and avow where we are and how we got here, and proceed in the best way forward for the reduction of suffering for ourselves and everyone else. Thank you, everybody. I'd now like to recite the chant of compassion, if Reverend Scott would be so good as to host that for us. Chant of compassion. We surround all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Especially do we send out compassionate thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet stand close to the great change called death. We send forth all wisdom, mercy, and love. May the infinite light of wisdom and compassion so shine within us that the errors and vanities of self may be dispelled. So shall we understand the changing nature of existence and awaken into spiritual peace. And may the merit of this penetrate into each thing in all places, so that we and every sentient being together can realize the Buddha's way. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Maha Prajna Paramita. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending this morning's Saturday service.